Testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. All right, everyone, welcome back to another Friday night live stream here at Christ-Centered Ironworks. So glad to have you all back in the shop this evening. How you doing this evening, Jessica?
I'm doing good and glad to see you all here.
Yeah, good to see everybody here. So I've got a lot of great stuff planned this evening, as most of you know already. And for those of you who don't, maybe you're just joining us and maybe it's your first time. This evening we're going to be giving away another Holland Anvil Swage block along with a lot of tongs as well. We're going to give away a pair of tongs supplied by blacksmithsupply.com, correct? Mm-hmm. Make sure I'm saying that correct.
That's correct.
We're going to be giving away a pair of tongs for that, and then we're also going to be giving away a couple pair of like put together tongs, you know, plasma cut out tongs that we purchased from Ken's Custom Iron. So stick around if you're here to enjoy the stream. That's great. Also, if you're just here for the giveaways, that's great too. Hopefully you'll stick around and enjoy the rest of the content. One of the things we'll be working on the thing that we're going to be working on this evening and continuing our work on is this little viney pot rack that I started, about a month ago?
Yeah, maybe 2 months ago.
A little over a month ago now. So, yep. So we're going to we're going to continue on with this. We're going to bend out the vines flat and get this shaped into order. And then we'll probably work on some S-hooks. And then the rest will be joinery that I'll have to do with a torch just to make it easier on myself. So I don't know whether I'll do that in a stream yet or not, but hey, here's to the future. So who do we have joining us, Jessica, this evening?
We have Janet McComb saying happy Friday all.
Hello, hello, happy Friday.
Jeff Woodring says everything looks and sounds great.
Thank you, Jeff. Greatly appreciate the feedback there.
Dana Maggiore, glad to have you.
Dana, hello, hello. Say hello to Eve for us.
And let's see here. Andrew Hovenden, what are we learning today? What you went over, the pot rack. Yep,
we're learning a pot rack.
We also have Eric Britton 7774, Jordan Hartman, Bulat Schmid from Germany.
Hello, hello.
And Diana Ann Lyle from Kansas Prairie Ironworks.
Hey, cool. Good to have you. All right. So, we also got something else awesome to share. I've been working on, for those of you who have been following me on Instagram, or those of you that have caught that post I did, community post a little while ago, we have a big reveal to do this evening of the finished hammer that I was working on that has taken so much of my time. There's roughly about 130-ish hours into the hammer in total so far, and it's finished. I'm glad to say it's finished. I spent a late night last night putting the final touches on it, so this way we could do a big reveal. So how are we going to do that big reveal? Jessica, not right now.
Nope,
not
yet.
right now.
Nope.
Here in a little bit, Jessica, she will actually have a picture that she will put up and show you guys the way it came out. But in accompaniment to that, we also made a little product video, a little 60-second video that will be going live right after this stream. So I really hope that you all will take the time to watch that video and help give it a boost in the search engines and things like that. And by giving it some watch time, it's worth a minute of your time. Trust me, it's worth a minute of your time. It took 130 hours of my time. So I hope you guys will enjoy that. That's my official entry into the Quad State Gallery this year. And Southern Ohio, Northern Ohio, Southern Ohio Forge and Anvil. That's my official entry into that. So if you're going to be at SOFA this year at Quad State, make sure you vote for me. Or vote for Yamez. Either or. So.
Speaking of that, Yamez sent a $5 super chat, says, I'm here to listen while I work.
Thank you, Yamez.
And Rusty Hubcap sent a $100 super chat, and he said, "That's a lot of super chats for me, LOL."
Thank you, Rusty Hubcat. God bless you, sir. I really can't appreciate that anymore. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Oh. All right, so let's go to camera number 2 real quick. I'm going to explain a little bit about what we're doing, and then we'll move on here. So hopefully you guys can see, we put our arc in it here. This is exaggerated, this arc is, because it's going to straighten out a little bit once we bend these. And we're going to be doing that in a pair of bending forks. This is a simple bending fork I've made up that fits in the anvil hardy hole, just like so. Rusty Hubcat's got me all discombobulated with that $100 super chat. Thank you, sir. Oh. You know, a few more of those and I might even be able to call myself a for real professional YouTuber, you know? So, but anyways, so we've got our mounting holes already here punched in. All we have to do is drill them the rest of the way when we put our mounting screws in there. Of course, I could just do that later. There's not much to talk about there. But we need to heat up this area right here just beyond this bend. So this way we can put it in this pair of scrolling tongs and bend it out. The reason why we exaggerated this bend to begin with is for that fact that this is going to want to kind of straighten out a little bit. This bend's going to want to straighten out as we bend these out. It's just natural. It's going to happen. So in anticipation of that, we overbent it. So I'm going to get this end heated up first and get it in here really nice and tight and give it a pull and get that bent out where it's at about 90 degree. I'll get that in there. Ideally, you'll get all of the heat put right in the bin where you need it and not traveling way up the bar. But the way heat works, it's going to transfer up the bar anyhow. So that's why you do over exaggerate your bend, just because you know it's going to happen. What's going on, babe?
Let's see, we have Jordan Hartman who says, "This is amazingly well produced. Holy smokes."
Well, thank you. I'm glad you like it. We've worked hard and our community has supported us for a long time to get us to this point. So everything you see here has been paid for in some way, shape, or form now by people like Rusty Hubcap and, you know, Yamez Island Metal Forge and Hans at Charming Hollow Forge. She did a whole bunch of super chatting, and there's so many names, I can't list them, that have provided income over the years to be able to provide us to this point, huh? Where we could buy some good gear and get some good cameras and good lighting and stuff like that. So thank them.
Members.
Yeah, members. Members wall. Here, let me go over here. Members wall.
Right there.
Members wall.
That gives a lot more depth than just looking over my shoulder. It's like, I can't see anything. Well, it's a little ways away.
Yep.
Jeffrey Redinger, hello. Chris Schaefer, Roy is bringing denim back in style.
Am I now? I don't know if denim's in style, but I figured I'd try something new. I actually went out to the fun story. I went out yesterday shopping. I kind of want to pare down my wardrobe. I usually wear about 3 outfits throughout the week, and I just kind of keep them on rotation and keep them washed. And I don't really wear a lot of my stuff I've got in my closet or stuff in my dresser. So I'm trying to find a new outfit situation where, you know, it's utilitarian, you know, it's rough and ready, so this way I can use it during my work day, and I can have something similar that's nice, fits me well. I could go to church or go out on a night on the town with Jessica or something like that. And so we were out the other day shopping. We were out the other day shopping for some new shirts, and I was looking for flannels because it's about to be wood cutting season. I've got some forestry projects to do that I need to do. And anyways, so we went out looking for flannels, and what is up with the sissy men flannels they make nowadays? Like, they are made for guys with no chest whatsoever, no arms. Like, they're narrower at the top than the bottom, and I'm talking like 3 X's are that way. They're like narrow. They're built like a pyramid, you know. And it's like, what is up with this? So, so I couldn't find any flannels that would work. And then, of course, as you know, I'm worrying about working, you know, sawing overhead or hammering work or things like that, working on the vehicle, things like that. And so, yeah, that was all tight and untucked the shirt and everything. So got to looking, and they had some, this is a Dickies brand, not flannel, but
denim shirt. Yeah.
Denim shirt, basically. It's got a nice long tail on it, so it doesn't come untucked, and pretty heavyweight denim, and very comfy. And it actually has some room for movement, you know, which is amazing. It's like, so I'm like, okay, well, I'll buy 2 shirts. I'll bite. We'll see how that looks. I'm not a fan of blue. It's not my most favorite color in the world, but at least it's a dark denim shirt. Jessica says I look good in it, so.
You do. Jeffrey Redinger says, so you're talking flannels like skinny jeans.
Yeah, flannels are like skinny jeans. They're not made for men anymore. So, all right, let's go to the anvil, Jess.
All right.
It's good and hot. Get it set in here. We'll bend this out. We'll use a hammer to sweeten up that bend.
Yeah, Thomas, we did hear the siren. It actually went by right as your super chat popped up.
Somebody super chatted?
Yeah, Thomas sent a $5 super chat and asked if we heard the sirens, and it went by just as he had said that.
Well, thank you for the $5 super chat. And yep, we heard the siren roll. Hopefully that wasn't you.
I doubt he would be. I doubt he'd be on the live stream if it was him.
He's busy going to the hospital in the back of an ambulance, and he's like super chatting. Got to get in that last super chat. Are we up to main cam?
Not yet.
Not yet?
There we go.
Oh, anyways, well, here. We're back to the secondary cam. Gotta stick with me, babe.
I went to the main cam when you said, are you at the main cam?
Are we at the anvil cam now?
We are now.
Let's go to the anvil cam. There we
go.
So there we have it. Little 90-degree bend. Looks good. Nice and subtle. We'll do the same on the other end. All right, back to the main cam.
All right.
I guess I will have to start calling this as I go.
Oh,
then,
no, I can do it. You just mentioned the other one. It was still all viewable in the lower one, so.
Huh?
It is still viewable in the lower one when you had asked, so.
Good.
Stephen Watkins, thank you for the $5 super chat. He says, made it late, but now I'm here. Happy Friday from Minion Smithy.
Minion Smithy in the house. Thank you, sir. All right, I gotta quench this off. By the way, I'm cooling this off in water, but I really don't recommend it. If you're gonna drill this later, I'm gonna have to heat this up later to do some little tweaking and probably to put the finish work into it and stuff. But if you're going to be drilling these later on, I don't care if it's mild steel, don't quench it in water. If you quench it in water, it takes that surface scale that's on there and it hardens that surface scale, and it will dull in your drill bit like lickety split. You'll start with a sharp drill bit and it will be dull before it even gets to the soft material in the center. So don't do that. I'm just quenching it so this way I have a handle to hold while I bend the other side. So do as I say, not as I do.
You're off screen anyway. You didn't have to say what you're doing for that part.
Well, I like cluing people in there.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get that heated there.
Crawford says you'll have to take Roy to the TSC and get him some Wrangler black denim shirts.
Black denim.
We were actually going to try to swing in there, but we're like 10 minutes till their closing time, so.
Wrangler black denim. You have my interest piqued, sir.
The Purposed Right says Black Stallion FR shirts from Baker Welding in the Gas. I'll write some of these things down.
Black Stallion. I've got a welding jacket of theirs. Well, I did years ago. I don't have one now, but makes sense they would sell shirts, regular shirts too. Yeah, so don't go to Walmart and all these places. Try to get yourself an actual man's shirt. They don't sell them there. If it's made by the Gap or, you know, what's the other ones they've got in there? I don't even know. George or they got George, they got Levi, they got all these other things. They're all sissy shirts. They're not ones that guys with muscles, working men could wear. So, and I'm not that muscular of a guy. I do have a Popeye arm because of all the hammer work I do. But, you know, I'm a bigger guy, so it's hard to find shirts that are the right height because I'm taller. You know, the only thing that fits is 2X, and 2X is a little bit too wide for me. I really just need XL, but it needs to be XL and tall, not XL and belly shirt.
Jeff Woodring says Wrangler makes a lined flannel shirt that is really warm and fits real sized men. I bought a 2X and I can fit a sweatshirt underneath it. Good to about 20 degrees Fahrenheit.
Sweet.
Yamas says his work shirts are Hawaiian shirts.
Well, that's you, Yamez. You men of the South down there, way south.
Andrew Hovenden says modern men are pears, I guess, LOL.
Modern men what?
Are pears, pear-shaped.
Yeah, they're pear-shaped. Meanwhile, I'm like 54, 48, 30. Well, let's be honest, 40. I don't know what your legs are, but.
Ben Strickland says, I attempted to stuff to a hammer billet myself today. I almost got it all the way punched. Still a noob with handled tools. Smiley face.
Awesome. If you've never undertaken a hammer, doing it by hand, at the anvil, by yourself, it takes time. And it really should take a good few hours to just put a hole in it by yourself. No striker. If it's just by yourself, take your time to get it perfect. Getting the eye in a hammer is the hardest portion of making a hammer. It is basically a hammer in a nutshell. Otherwise, it'd just be a block of steel, right? So that's the hardest portion of making a hammer, is getting the eye done right and getting it drifted right. So take special care and time on that. All right, we ready?
Yes.
Go to anvil cam.
All right.
All right. Get this locked in here again.
Robert Lonist asked if we have his sticker on the fly press yet. Let's see, I know we have Dana's up there, and I see a couple of ours. I think we have a few in the house that were mailed to us just a few days ago.
You have a few in the house?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought I had them all in there, but
oh,
I might have had one that I hadn't. You might have one in the house I hadn't I don't have just yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I think yours is in the house, Robert.
So now this is just all about tweaking this to where it looks good, where your curvatures are the way you like them. and it can sit on its own. Looks good.
Pretty well balanced.
Huh?
Pretty well balanced.
Yep. It's the way she ought to be.
Jordan Hartman says they make tall sizes. They'll say XLT instead of XL. So T for tall. They make them longer that way.
XLT.
Uh-huh.
I've never seen them, so.
Must be shopping at the wrong places.
I am shopping at the wrong places. Good. It's good to me. Brush that down now. And now, since I did the no-no of quenching this other end so I could have a handle, I'm going to go ahead and reheat that up in the fire and let it soften. But that's done. I'm going to reheat that back up in the fire just so this way I can soften it back out.
Growing Our Homestead sent a $5 super chat. Says, I'm a new smith with a homemade forge. What type of coal would you recommend to start out? I'm in southern Florida and it's pricey to get coke to me.
You can start with anthracite if that's what you can get in your area. I really don't suggest that. If you're going to have to order coal or coke, I'd suggest you put in the extra money and effort to get bimutamis or bimutamis coal. That would be my suggestion to you for just getting started out. A lot of guys, they can't get bimutamis coal in their local area. All they can get is anthracite. And so that's what they start with, and they can start forging and things like that. But anthracite will do a really great job of heating you and not so much your material. Anthracite burns differently, and it just doesn't coke up like good bimutamis coal does. So that would be my recommendation if you're just getting started into it. Really, anything that will heat your material, say your steel up to an orange in color, is good enough for forging. You won't be able to do forge welding, but you'll be able to do a good amount of smithing or artistic projects that way. Bending stuff, punching holes, you know, things like that. You'll be able to do all that with it. Yeah, that's my advice on that. And they sent a super chat too, right? Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the support. Glad to have you here when you're just beginning.
Jeff Woodring says, Roy, you're using a different hammer than in previous live streams. Is this a new addition for you?
Yeah, so it was a failure for a customer. And so I turned it into mine. You want to go to camera number 2? You there?
Yep, there.
So this was a failed hammer, mainly because the peen cracked. You guys won't be able to see it here, but it cracked right along the carbon migration line of the peen. So this is a wrought iron hammer with steel faces welded in, and it actually cracked right along where the peen was, where the carbon migrates from the high carbon steel into the lower carbon wrought iron, and it cracked right along there. And so I couldn't sell it. And so yeah, I just made it mine. That won't matter. I mean, you can beat on this all day long. It's not going to come out. You know, the bit's not going to come flying out of there. But yeah, it's just something I just couldn't sell. So it becomes Roy's hammer stock. All right, brush this thing down. Good catch. Good spot.
A random anvil says, just got off work and finished restoring my 70-pound fisher.
Woohoo! Glad to have you here. Thanks for taking a break to tune in after your hard day's worth of work there, brother. All right, this is good to set off to the side now.
All right.
Now we move on to the top portion. Are we at the main cam? So now we move on to the top portion. I need to bend this 2 directions. So I need to give it an arc, and I also need to bend this out this way. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and bend it that way first, pre-bend it, where it'll sit flat against the wall, and then go ahead and bend the arc into it afterwards.
Stamper Knives says, I'm in my shop right now, not smithing, but rebuilding a 1960s Coleman lantern.
Well, awesome. Enjoy the tediousness of rebuilding that Coleman lantern.
Benny Hoskins, welcome.
What time are we sitting at, Jess?
5:28.
5:28. Man, it's only been 30 minutes?
Yep.
Not even 30 minutes. Like 26 minutes since we went live, huh?
Yep.
Or less. Well, it's progressing along pretty good.
It is.
I'll run out of things to do this evening, huh?
Maybe.
I'll just have to take to just Roy ranting the whole evening long.
Oh, I'm sure they wouldn't mind that.
Oh, well, on that note, why don't we give some stuff away?
Sure.
So here I'll start my, well, won't start a rant, but something I had talked about previously was unclaimed prizes. People not claiming their prizes. So, yeah, that's where we're going to start. We're going to start with unclaimed prizes. So the first one that we're going to do is an oak leaf blank that a previous person did not claim. So we'll be giving away that. And then we'll also be giving away some heart hook blanks as well. These are already packaged, and I'm not going to tear them out to show them to you. But there's an oak leaf bowl blank in here, and there is a bunch of heart hooks, pre-cut heart hook blanks in this one. So we're going to go ahead and draw for those. Does it sound good to you, hon?
Sounds good.
All right. Are we ready? So I guess I should say how we do this around here, shouldn't we?
Yes, yeah, for those who are new.
Right. Okay, for those of you who are not in the know, make sure we don't burn that up. For those of you who are not in the know, the way it works, all you have to do is drop a comment in the comment section down below. So if we draw for the heart hook blank first, let's do that, okay? All you have to do is mention heart hook in your comment, and we will draw one name at random from people who are actively commenting in the comment section right now. And we will draw that name as soon as I'm done ringing the anvil with the hammer. We ready?
Yep, ready.
Set? Are they commenting?
They are.
Let's go. Who do we got?
Brian Parker, love the heart hook blanks. They are great for young smiths.
Awesome. Brian Parker, congratulations. You won the heart hook blanks there, sir. Get with us through the contact email in the description, and we'll get those shipped out to you. All right, we got time for one more here. So now we're going to go ahead and give away this oak leaf blank. That was unclaimed again, an unclaimed prize. So their loss, your gain. And we're going to go ahead and do this. So all you got to do is make a comment with oak leaf in there, and we'll get this shipped out to you free of charge anywhere in the world. Set?
Sounds good.
Go. Who do we have?
Janet McComb with Oak, Oak, Oak.
Janet McComb, congratulations. Oak, oak, oak. You won yourself an oak leaf blank. Congratulations. Get with us to the contact email in the description. Wokey doke. Let's bend this top part, shall we?
It is getting to about the time of year for the, the different leaf dishes. Oak leaf and maple leaf.
Are you there?
Yep, we're there.
Anvil? Good. I'm going to overbend this because we're probably going to take a little bit of that bend out at some point. Looks good. Get all that crusty scale brushed off of there. Had some excess from the other evening when we were working on it. If you don't brush your stuff down real well after you're done with your last heat, that scale really builds up pretty bad on there. And you have to spend a lot of extra time brushing it. All right, now we'll heat up the rest of this and get it bent.
Bar Run Forge has an Okie from Muskogee.
Okie from Muskogee.
Muskogee?
Could be an Okie from Muskogee.
Janet McComb, you're welcome. We hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, thanks for being here. So I'd like everybody to take a moment from what you're doing right now and give a round of applause for everybody who's super chatted this evening, and for everyone that you see that little flaming anvil next to their name. That's a channel member, and it's up on the channel member wall. And just give them a round of applause for making this show possible, making Christ Center Ironworks possible, making the giveaways and the things like that possible. Without their donations of not only their viewership, but their donations of their actual cold hard cash, we wouldn't be able to do stuff like ship this stuff all around the world, you know, at no cost to anybody. You know, we give away, I don't even know how many hundreds of dollars worth of, well, every live stream, you know, we give several $100s away worth of merchandise, blacksmithing tools, and, you know, every giveaway live we do that. And we probably spend another $100 or better, depending on when it is, up to a few $100s shipping the items. So we couldn't do it without their support. So give them a round of applause if you're watching this, or if you've benefited from the stream, just give it a round of applause anyhow, if you don't mind. If you don't know how to give it a round of applause, that's what they make the little clappy hands emoji for.
I dig through the emoji pile.
Just type in clapping, and it'll give you the suggestion for clappy hands emoji. Oh.
Looks like we are currently sitting at 95 viewers. And to answer your question, Jordan Hartman, what is a channel member? It is somebody who joins and gives monthly support here on YouTube. So like next to the subscribe button, there will be like a join button. And those who are channel members chose to click join. And if you don't see it on your device, some devices it's not supported. You actually have to get on a computer to sign up originally, and then all the features are unlocked on your cell phone.
Yeah, so a channel member, not only do we add your name to the wall, but you get special emojis and a little icon showing that you're a channel member right by your name. Also, your chats come up highlighted in green, I believe it's green. It's either green or blue that they come up highlighted in.
Yeah, their names are in green.
When you're commenting. One of the other benefits of being a channel member, if you do purchase blanks through our website, blacksmithingblanks.com, if you go and check that out, or any of our digital downloads, each tier of channel membership actually has a different percentage off anything that we sell. So on blanks and things like that, you know, top tier channel members can get up to, you know, 50% off on a lot of stuff, and 100% off on digital downloads and things like that. So, you know, it's worth becoming a channel member if you're going to get that deep into what we do, and if you decide that's right for you. Of course, it's not necessary to be a channel member to be part of the stream or do anything like that. There's no exclusivity here. It's just people who've decided to say, you know, we're going to drink the crazy juice those people are doing and get a part of what we're doing and supporting us and giving away free tools to beginner smiths and, you know, run these things. So again, couldn't do it without viewers like you.
Rusty Hubcap sent a $50 super chat, said, got a hammer to pay for and got a scoot, I'm out.
Rusty Hubcap, Alan, you're a godsend, sir. And you're an absolute beast, my friend. Thank you so much for that super chat. Greatly appreciated.
Black Collar Ironworks, thank you also for your super chat. Sent $20. Says, good afternoon all. Whoa, is that
Thank
a
you,
new
Black
Roy?
Collar.
Is that a new shirt that Roy has on? And oh, Jess, you got some fancy boots too. And I can't forget about the fancy viewers like you, smiley face. That's right.
They said you have some fancy boots. I think they can see.
When I'm on camera too, if I have my legs over
they can
here,
see
they
your
can
feet.
just, yeah.
You're freaking out, Jessica, Black Collar. That's funny. She's like, they can see my feet? Where are they at?
These boots I've actually had ever since Roy and I were dating. Roy got them for me, so they are
literally bought them
13
for
years
the
old.
first year we were dating, so 15 years.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
no, a solid almost 16 now. Yep, 16 years old. So. All right, we ready to go to camera 2?
Yes.
All right, let's spin this. Thank you all so much for your support. Greatly appreciated, by the way. Sometimes I get wrapped up in what I'm doing and I forget to give proper acknowledgement that people are supporting the stream. So if I do that, just let me know, Jess. Interrupt me.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
I don't want people to think I've forgotten them.
A random anvil. Yes, we actually sell some stickers over at our website. If you want a specific kind that we offer, we have some with transparent backgrounds and regular ones. And also, you have a chance of winning stickers in our live streams. He says he has a tool chest at work that needs decorating.
Sweet.
Troy, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking.
Bar runs in the house, huh?
Uh-huh.
Hello, Troy. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. All right. I think that'll work out about right. I think. Can't tell. I need to get a little bit of extra bend down here where I've been gripping it by the tongs. So regrip up a little bit higher here. I'll get that hot in there and just tweak it that extra little bit.
Corey Shire, he says, Yahoo! I made it here. Almost 100 degrees and high humidity. He says,
Woo!
it feels like Michigan today. Yeah, no.
No.
It's been
No,
like 70
Corey.
here.
No, it's decidedly not like Michigan today. Michigan today was like 72, wasn't it?
Yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be 80, but that's going to go back to like being 68 as high. So we are looking forward to the fall temperatures.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff says, FedEx lost my anvil last seen in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. I have been there. Me and my sister, we went on a little kayaking trip with our Pomeranians when we were like in middle school. So it's a pretty area.
Sorry they lost your anvil.
Yeah, hopefully they can relocate it. Call them if you haven't done so yet. Sometimes that's the best way to get things taken care of, or try to file an insurance claim, and then they're real quick about it. They're like, wait a minute, let's find this thing.
They don't like giving money back.
Nope.
Let's go to Anvil Cam, Jess.
All right. Robert Poglich asked if we're getting ready for Quad State.
We are. I am ready. I've been ready. So, what do you think, Jess? Should we go ahead and do the little reveal picture
Yeah, sure.
of the video that'll be coming out right after this stream is over with this evening?
Yeah, that would be good.
Good. Well, we will definitely do that, but you have to wait till I tell you.
All right. Hey,
All right.
He doesn't want me jumping the gun. The Purposed Right, thank you for the $20 super chat.
Thank you.
Says thank you for all you do.
God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. I'm going to take a look at this real quick. Are we at the main cam?
Yep.
Okay. That way they can see me struggle. Yeah, that'll work out perfect. Good. What I'm doing is I'm checking for the depth to make sure that this arc ended up the right amount. So this way, you know, I don't have a short leg that won't touch the wall, right? All this can be adjusted after you assemble it. Once you get it all assembled, you'll have to tweak things and might put a little bit of a torch to it and just tweak it around a bit until everything's nice and even. So, well, you don't want to do that while camera number 2's on?
Oh no, I seen if I could see the brand. Black Collar Ironworks sent a super chat and said, "No wonder them boots look fancy. Good eye, Roy." These, I actually, because of sentimental value, I don't want to get rid of them. But both of them do have holes in them. So
look what our quality stream is deluging down into. A holy boot.
I love them. You can't get rid of them. But
So,
I do need some new ones.
So, gentlemen, I have got to tell you a little story, all right?
Boy.
Ladies and gents, got to tell you this little story on Jessica. She used to not care about sentimentality when it came to things.
Oh man, here it comes.
you know what's coming,
Yes,
right?
I do.
You know what's coming. Okay, so basically, how Jessica finally developed a little bit of sentimental nature around boots and things is I had a jacket. I had a winter jacket, and it was like a Carhartt jacket. It was made by a knockoff brand called Blacksmith. And I had this jacket long before I had met Jessica, when I started my working career in heating and air conditioning. And then, so I had this long before I had met Jessica. And basically, it was about 5 years after we were married.
Yeah.
So
It's been at least 8 years.
So
ago
not only
when
did I
this
have it for the
happened.
whole time we dated, which was 2 years, but then I had it for 5 additional years while we were married. Now, to her defense, it was gone. It had holes up and down both
Good.
the sleeves and holes in the pockets, and it was a working man's jacket. It was falling apart beautifully like it should. I was just getting it broken, okay? After
was
7
broken for
long
several
years of
years
having
already.
this jacket. Well, one day, it had been warm. It was summertime, things like that, and didn't have to wear that jacket. And the first cold day of winter where I said, ooh, I need my jacket, my Big Smith jacket. I go into the closet, and what do I find? Not my Big Smith jacket. So I look around all over the place, and I ask Jessica, I say, where's my jacket at? And she's like, oh, well, I just threw it away. And I
am
had
never gonna live that
a
one
little
down.
temper tantrum. Not gonna
Oh,
lie.
yes. Oh, little.
Not little.
I don't
had
think I would call it little.
big temper
You
tantrum.
guys have no idea
about that.
About Roy rants.
Yeah.
It gets real.
Yeah, she had no idea about Roy rants that time. Yes, I ranted quite fiercely about that. And the reason being is I'm quite sentimental about old stuff. I've got a pocket knife that I have had since, again, I was 7 years old, since I was a 7-year-old boy. And it would break my heart fiercely if that thing were to come up missing someday. It just would. Because I attach memories to things, right? Like with that Big Smith jacket, I can still remember every attic that I was ever in the winter, and every air conditioner I was out, or heat pump I was out servicing with, you know, negative 30 degrees and snow sticking to the side of my face, right? We had been through stuff, this jacket and me.
And
so,
look, you still have those memories. It's so sweet.
not the point, not the point. So anyways, as you can tell, I'm a bit what do they call it?
Sentimental?
Yes, I'm a bit sentimental Mm-hmm. Some people were filling in the blank there. Roy's a bit. ... Gotta watch that on YouTube. So ever since that, gave her the riot act about it. She has treated things now with a little bit more respect of like, hey, this has some sentimental value. And so boots that I bought her when we were dating, they have history, those boots do, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, for many years now.
Because
I had told her the other day, I said, they're about wore out now. I said, you know what? I can't have my wife walking around with her toes sticking out of her boots. You know, I need to get you a new pair of boots. And she's like, aw. She's like, but I like these. These are my boots. We bought these. And I'm like, gotcha. Finally. Yes. There's some sentimentality going on here.
Yeah, I'm working on it. As far as sentimental stuff goes, I'm more of a book type person, like scrapbooking, photos, journaling, that kind of sentimental. I tend to get through, like I'll go through my wardrobe every 4 years and kind of get rid of everything and just swap out for new stuff. Yeah. So, and same thing, kind of with our house, you know, a lot of stuff just kind of trade out, but I'm working on it. Cold,
and once you know it, we've been married. We've been married 14 years. Mm-hmm. Been married the big 1-4. She hasn't traded me out yet. So let's see here. I have survived 1, 2, 3 and a half changes of wardrobe for her. So who knows, fellas? In another 2 years, she might just trade me out.
No.
Oh, you'll get a better model. Roy, sitting in front of you.
Cold Steel Truth says, women like throwing our good stuff away, LOL.
Yeah.
He says, my wife would trash everything I own if I wasn't vigilant.
Yeah. Well, you know, the thing is, like, there's one, sentimentality. 2, I'm cheap, okay? I don't like spending my money and hard-earned cash on clothes. I get them dirty. Like, I've got a rule now. If I get something nice and new, I just go out in the shop and get as filthy as I can in it to ruin the newness. Because, yeah, when I start thinking like, oh, I just spent $40 on a shirt or, you know, $80 on a pair of pants. It's like, I just hate thinking like that. You know, it's like, why can't pants be $10? Why do they got to be 80?
You go garage selling.
And, you know, I'm fine with an $80 pair of pants, but I want them to last me a decade. So, you know, as long as they last me a decade, I'm fine with that. They can be $80.
Kevin Zufelt says, what's important is that she doesn't throw you away when you get a little banged up.
Yeah. Woo! There's been many a times I've been banged up, huh?
Yep.
You could have chucked me to the curb many a times.
Mm-hmm. Gotta nurse you back to health.
But fortunately, she's kept me around. I think it's because I'm handy.
I won't deny that fact.
Yeah, I'm handy. She won't deny that, huh?
No.
Yeah. So what it is, it's a thing of economics. See? She doesn't have to hire a maintenance man, a plumber, a blacksmith, a, you know, automobile tech, a heating and air conditioning tech, an electrician, you know, lawn care maintenance guy. She doesn't have to hire any of those things out. So
yeah. Yeah, works out.
Sound lucky. So, all right, let's give away some more stuff.
Okay, hang on, super chat.
Okay, talk about super chat.
Cheryl Sabano Lanis, happy Friday. Thank you for the videos and God bless.
Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless you. What else?
Okay, all right. I think we're caught up.
Was that it?
That was it. I just didn't want that one to get, okay.
Buried at the bottom.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, cool. So, let's go to camera number 2.
All
Can we please?
Dun, 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 dun.
We're camera number 2?
Yes.
Okay. So, we are going to give away a pair of these quick tongs, slot jaw tongs. Mm-hmm. That's what we're going to be giving away. We bought these blanks over there at Ken's Custom Iron. Again, thank you to all of you that have been supporting these streams. You allow us to be able to buy stuff like this to give them away. We ship these anywhere in the world, so everybody worldwide is eligible. Don't care where you're at. If the USPS will go there, we'll get it shipped to you there. So, if you win, of course. So we're going to give away a pair of these slot jaw tongs. And after that, we're going to give away these pair of pause tongs, styling tongs. Basically, if you flip those over, They make a pause style tongs. Just like that. Kind of like a really short bolt jaw, if you will. But we'll go ahead and give away the slot jaws first. So all you got to do is comment in the comment section down below, slot jaw tong, or something of that nature in your comment, and we will draw one name at random. We ready?
Ready.
All right, back to the main cam.
Ta-da!
Ready?
Yes.
Are they common?
They are. They're coming.
All right, they know the deal.
They are. They're on the ball.
All right, let's go. Who do we have?
We have, let's see, I'm looking for the first one with Jeff Gillian, slot jaw tongs.
Jeff Gillian. Congratulations. Is it Killian or Gillian?
K, the K.
Killian. Jeff Killian, congratulations. You are the winner of the slot jaw tongs. Get with us through the contact email down below, and we will get those shipped out to you pronto. Now we're going to go ahead and draw a name for the pause tong. So if you want to know how that's spelled, it's P-O-Z. P-O-Z, tongs.
Not like P-A-Z. Like
Not P-A-Z.
My sister's hamster, La Paz.
Yeah, but yeah, La Paz. That was a dumb looking hamster. Anyways, that's a story for another time. Let's draw for these. Now I'm going to be thinking about that stupid hamster every time I say that. Pause tong.
It's
La
better.
Paz.
Better than the pocket joke.
All right, we ready?
Yes.
I'm going to draw for it. Set. Go. Who do we have?
We have Robert Lannis with pause tongs, please, except he spelled it P-A-U-S-E.
Pause tongs?
Pause, like put a pause on that.
Oh, pause tongs.
Yep.
Who is it?
Robert Lannis.
Robert Lannis, congratulations. You won those, sir. Get with us through the contact email in the description, and we will get them sent out to you post-haste.
Kevin Zulut asked what pause tongs are used for.
They're just like bolt jaw tongs. They're just a little bit different. So go to camera number 2, would you?
Yep.
So it's just like a bolt jaw tong where it's got this space in the center, and you split the jaw for it and then size it to whatever size bar stock you want in there. But basically it's a bit meatier. I find them really useful for smaller bar stock, for like doing S hooks and things like that, where you don't need this big hoop getting in the way. Again, they just give you a little bit more meat in the jaw, and this is less thin, so you can really get a good bite on something like, 1/4 inch round stock or 3/8 inch round stock. So that's kind of what they're used for, just like a bolt jaw tong, where it's got that space in the center, and you form the jaws the same as you would the bolt jaw. It's just a particular styling, if you will, or brand of tong out there.
Autocorrect. I see.
Was it autocorrect?
Yeah.
Pause.
Yep. Oh yeah. Google is never going to get that one right.
Yeah. All right. I'll pull these out. I want to talk about this a little bit. We're not going to give this away just yet, but I want to talk about these tongs because we're just talking about bolt jaws, right? We had the anvil.
Yep.
So these are like a true bolt jaw tong. As you can see, there's plenty of space in here. A good V-bit on it. That's how you would split those other tong blanks to make room for your bar stock, But basically, it's the same thing as this, just with a smaller opening in here for working smaller stock. So these tongs are actually provided to us by Blacksmith Supply, right? .com. And they're supporting these live streams with some free giveaway stuff that they've done here, and they've also supplied me in the shop with some free tools for the fly press to make some videos around and stuff. So go give them a check out, if you will. We've got one more pair of these to give away in the next live stream that we do. So, but they provided us like 5 different pairs of these to give away in the live stream. So, which is super awesome to partner with a company that has so many different things. They've got fly presses over there. This is going to sound like an ad for them, but I'm just appreciative of companies coming alongside us and supporting what we do here at Christ Center Ironworks. But so basically they've got fly presses over there, anvils, forges, tongs, you name it, punches, chisels, yada, 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 yada. So again, like the name implies, blacksmith supply. So if you guys want to check them out and show them some love, if you do purchase anything through them, just comment that, you know, you saw their stuff through us, if you will. And back to main cam.
All right.
So hopefully that will get people to more companies to want to support what we're doing by giving away items. That's kind of what it's all about. Hopefully that'll work out well. Like I said, all of those were sent to me free of charge from them. Them Tongs were. But yeah, I do pay the shipping to get them shipped to you. So, yeah.
Joshua Rivas says those are super high quality. I love my set. They are
The
really
what?
nice.
The Tongs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, they're super high quality tongs. Really nice. All right. What we got going on, Jess?
Let's see. Dana was asking if I made the necklace I'm wearing, which I did. And I was telling him, yeah, it's copper that's been enameled. And then I did the Reiki process, which you might have heard of that with pottery. But you can also do it with enamels too. And basically at the last stage of the firing, you put it in a oxygen reducing environment, and certain colors, it'll bring a shimmer out on them, like almost a metallic look. Fred Murray says, what is the size of your anvil?
Great question. Size of Olga here, as I affectionately call her, is a 465 pound North German Heddinghaus anvil.
Jack Deliria says, really enjoy your videos.
Awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying the content.
Frank Struck, that hammer is not new. It's actually one I believe that you worked on a live stream last year.
What, this live stream?
Yeah.
This hammer?
Yeah, I think you did.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a new hammer. I mean, I worked on it during a live stream and forged it up. It's a wrought iron hammer with steel faces welded in. And then I went to doing all the finished chasing and chisel work on it. Got all the chasing and chisel work done. And then, once you know it, went in for the quench and the peen cracked. So, that's how she works. That's how the cookie crumbles. When you're an illustrious blacksmith of the internet. Your failures are on display for all to see. If you so choose to edit it that way.
Dunce Monkey says, Olga's a big girl.
Yep.
Yeah. Not fun when it's time to move her.
No. Not a portable demonstration anvil, but if you haven't had the opportunity to work on a very large anvil, I highly recommend it as soon as you can and get a chance to work on them. It's nice to have a small anvil in the shop that's got different reach constraints so you can get between shoulder to shoulder. That's really nice. But to have a big, heavy anvil that doesn't move at all when you're hammering on it is such a gorgeous thing. It's such a gorgeous thing. They are expensive. This is my lifetime anvil here. So my little lifetime achievement award, if you will. This thing's going to be in my shop until I'm dead and gone and somebody else gets to move it around after me there. But, you know, they're definitely worth the money in my opinion.
Wayne Hines, good evening. Frank Strock is curious where your daily driver is.
My daily driving hammer?
Mm-hmm.
It is sitting back here in the background.
It's not too far.
I always keep it around.
Stage left.
Yep. I just wanted to play around with this other hammer a little bit, see if I can't get a face to pop off of it.
Rick Cessna, thank you for the $10 super chat.
Hey, thank you so much. I will say this one's a lot heavier. This one's coming in like 2.5 pounds. Mine's a 1 3/4 pound hammer, so 2.5 pounds feels like a sledgehammer. Mm-hmm. You know. but it ought to put off quite a bit of wampum. So that's good. All right.
Engine hoist. Yeah, we do have an engine hoist, but it just doesn't make it very easy in the gravel still.
So, for my next trick.
Yes. Let's see your tricks, Roy. Jump through the hoop.
You ready to see Roy jump through a hoop? Is that what's on the next agenda?
Uh-huh.
All right. So I've put in a piece of stock about 4 inches long or so, 3/8 of an inch round diameter. I'm going to draw this out. I'm going to do a little viney S-hook. And that's going to be to hang pots from this pot rack. So that's what I'll be working on tonight. I've spent the last month, basically, with a tiny little hammer and tiny little chisels and planishers in my hand for like the last 100 hours of my life. So I kind of just want to do some beating around on something this evening and not get too tedious with anything. So let's go to the anvil, Jess.
All right.
We'll get this drawn out. We start with 3/8, so this way we have enough mass to pull out of this hook to create our vine.
Fred McMurray says, are you chained? How did you stop the anvil ring?
So, the anvil, this anvil will normally ring like a bell. But I've got it on a base that the legs are filled with sand. And because of that sand, it eats up the reverberation of the anvil. And that's how I've stopped the ring of this anvil. Another thing you can do to prevent ring and your anvil is, there we go, we got that drawn out. We drew out about 3 inches, well, about 3 inches or so longer. One way to take and prevent the ring of your anvil is to actually silicone it to your base. Put a good, healthy amount of silicone under your anvil and apply it to your base. And that little bit of silicone in there, rubber, basically rubber at the end of the day, will really help with the reverberation of your anvil and help quiet it down if you don't have a sand base or anything of the like.
Jordan Hartman asks, what weight hammer do you normally use to draw out metal?
1 3/4 pounds. So this is a bit heavy for me. It does a great job. I mean, this thing's working good. It's drawing out material like a champ. My favorite's a 1 3/4 pound hammer though. If I've got big stock to work, I'll work with a 3-pound hammer to draw out like 1 inch material. But I don't usually do that because I have a power hammer. So if I get above 5/8 inch thick material, I go to the power hammer for drawing out processes. I'm just not going to spend all day standing here at the anvil drawing out stock. I already know how to draw out material and have done for over a decade. So I've earned my stripes. When it comes to that, I'll take the easy or the lazy guy's way out. So. Next question, Jess.
Sean,
are we at the main cam?
Yes, we are.
Okay, good.
Jordan Hartman says, I'm using a 3-pound and it takes forever. I must be doing it wrong.
That is a good point that I can go ahead and talk to here in just a second. Go to the anvil cam, Jess.
Okay.
I'll talk about this. 2 things about drawing out material. Okay? I'm going to slow this down for you to see right now. Now I'm using the horn. The horn of the anvil is acting as a bottom fuller to fuller the material out one direction. But I can just as easily do it on the face of the anvil. The key to drawing out material is 2 things. Number 1, you want it to be hot. Hot, hot, hot. Get it hot and hit it hard, as it were. Number 2, you need to realize that all forging is progressions of steps. All forging work is progression of steps. So as you can see, I'm being very efficient with my hammer blows. I'm going to let this cool down just so I can showcase this off a little bit better. Usually I would let this stay nice and hot. But what I mean by a forging progression or progression of steps is there is a hit order to drawing out material efficiently. I like, whenever I'm doing a taper or a long taper on something, I like to draw the tip down first and get it thin, and that gives the metal somewhere to flow to, like a pointer, if you will. Then I like to come down right at the back, right where that taper ends. Can they see that okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or do I need to pull it up close? I could pull it up close and
okay.
Maybe refocus it here. Let's see here.
Zoom up.
Look good?
Yeah.
All right there?
Yep, that'll work.
Wait till it unzooms. Any day now. Anyways, I'll explain it. So right here, green out my pointer finger, right at the beginning of where this taper's at, where your hammer blows have stopped, that is your next mass of metal to hit. Okay? You're going to hit it there. That's going to thin down, and it's going to have another mass of metal just behind it. You're going to hit that down and thin it down into that taper. It's going to have another mass of metal behind it. You're going to hit that down and thin it down into the taper there. So it's a progression of steps of forging. Also, you are using overlapping hammer blows. So let me get this refocused in where we were at previously, if I can. There we go. Got refocused. So if you're hammering here and feeding your material in to the hammer and anvil, so if you're feeding stock into the anvil with each blow, it's going to be less effective. It's going to create more of a plane, so it's a way of bringing everything into the same plane, but it's going to retard your motion of drawing out. Drawing out means to draw. So you are drawing the stock back towards yourself. You are going to draw out this stock. So you're going to start at your thickest part and hammer to your thinnest part. And turn it and thick all the way out to thin. At each step, it's a progression of steps. Bite, 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 bite. Bite, 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 bite. Bite, 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 bite. If you do that, it will move very efficiently and with little to no work on your part. There's this little less known effect that happens. We can go back to the main cam.
All right.
There's this little known fact of things. It's an effect that happens in steel, and it's called the anvil effect. What that is say if you had a bar, the easiest way I can explain it, say you had a 2-inch round bar hung from a string in the center of your shop, and you were to heat one end of that bar up nice and hot, okay? And then you were to start striking on that end of that bar. What would happen? Well, I can tell you what's going to happen. The mass of the bar, make sure that's not burning up, set up here towards closer to the top of the pile. The mass of the rest of that bar is going to act as an anvil for the heated up work that is being done. Because every action has an equal and opposite reaction, right? If you push on that bar in this direction, it's going to push back. And so there's an anvil effect at play. So if you start with a bar of steel and you hammer dead center of the bar and you leave the end thick, that's why we pre-thin out the tip when we draw out material. If you leave the end of that bar thick, you will have a terrible time drawing out that mass of material and getting it to length. It's going to take forever. It will. Because part of that bar that you're drawing in between those 2 points, your hammer in here trying to thin it out, is acting as an anvil against the material that wants to move out progressively thinner in the direction of your hammer blows. So hopefully that makes sense. So you thin your tip first of your taper, and then you draw the material into your thin taper. That applies to no matter what you're doing. Say you're going to thin everything out. You're resizing bar stock down to say you got a piece of 5/8 inch square and you're going to hammer it down to 1/4 by 1 flat bar stock. Doesn't matter. You thin the area, the tip, down to closer to where you're trying to go, and then draw everything down to that point, and then worry about finishing it up to where it's all nice and square and level and the same thickness and whatnot. If you don't do that, if you try to hammer from the end of the bar and hammer back towards yourself, it will take you forever and a day to get the work done. Hopefully that answers your question in detail. It's a good point. It's a good point to bring up a conversation about that, because I know we have a lot of beginners that watch these streams and maybe is not aware of that. So let's go back to the anvil. This is good and hot. So again, get it hot and hit it hard.
Chris Schaefer, thank you for the $10 bacon super chat.
The what?
Bacon super chat.
Bacon.
He says, just because bacon.
Thank you, Chris. Greatly appreciate that, brother. God bless you.
Also, Rob Huff, thank you for the $5 super chat. He says, 14 days until quad state. And hello, all.
Ha ha. I'm no longer concerned, Rob. I got the work done that I needed to get done, so I'm happy.
Jordan Hartman sent a $5 super chat, said, super useful. I have absolutely been doing it the wrong way. Haha, thanks.
Thank you, Jordan. Greatly appreciate it. I'm glad that's super useful to you there, brother. So, this is a misconception that gets used a lot, right? Again, this is a 2.5 pound hammer. This is heavier than I like to use. I like using a 1 3/4 pound hammer. The size of the hammer does not matter. It does if you know how to use it effectively. If you don't, it's a wasted piece of steel on the end of a stick. So I have people who say, I probably couldn't do any forging. I've met older people. I've met older ladies who say, well, I probably won't be no good at this because I don't have the strength of a blacksmith. That is such nonsense, because a blacksmith uses their head first before they use their brawn. And you should. A good blacksmith knows how to use this more than this, okay? And I've got plenty of both, and I can do all sorts. I can strike with the best of them. I'm just as strong as any other guy in the craft. But that's not the point. Metal flows from one point to the path of least resistance. It flows from a thickened state to a thinner state. It's always going to do that. That's what metal does. So as long as you understand the principles of what you're doing, and then you apply that with the mechanical advantage of your hammer, you will be very efficient at doing your forging, as long as you don't get your steps out of order. This is a dance. That's what this is. It's all an orchestration of processes. I'm drawing out 2 tapers. Now I'm going to take and start scrolling up and kind of hooking one thing and turn into the hook. I'll flip it around. I'll make another hook on the other end, right? It's an orchestration of processes, right? That's all blacksmithing is. And so it's a mental game. It's a head game that you have to get straight first. Same thing with forging. If something's not working out, or something's not forging easily, and you see other people just really like, man, they just draw out stock like crazy, it's not because they're using a 9-pound hammer. It's because they have learned how to progressively forge that piece out. And once you learn that, you can use a progressively lighter and lighter hammer. I suggest that you start with a lightweight hammer and then learn how to use that efficiently first and effectively. And then if you want to move up to heavier hammers later on, because you need a little extra oomph behind it, you know what I mean? Because not everybody has a power hammer they can go to and rely on. Then move up to your heavier hammers and they'll actually be worth something to you.
Troy says that Yoda says, size matters not.
Size matters not. There's only a few areas where it does. Blacksmithing is not one of them. All right. Let's go to the anvil.
All right.
Okay, so now for this, I'm going to go ahead and just curl this around. I'm going to take quote-unquote cheater's way to just curl this into a little viney curlicue. Out here on the end. Just because this is an efficient way of doing it. Bam. So all of that length that I drew out got ate up with that one curlicue. Can they see that okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There you go. So now I'll heat that up and I'll bend that into a hook. And that'll be the part, this portion here is what's going to go over the actual pot rack. Down on the other end, it'll be a little simpler to actually hang the pots on. It'll have less curly queuing around.
GLG Forge Works, thank you for the $5 super chat. It says, just
Thank
saying
you.
hello from NH. God bless.
God bless you. Thank you so much for that. Saying hello from NH. What's that, New Hampshire?
I believe so, yeah.
Very cool. Thank you so much. All right. We got the main cam?
Yes, we are.
Okay, good. How we doing on time? It's here, 6:20.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo!
Do you care to do any announcements or of the specialties for the live stream?
Yep, we should. Let me look at this real quick, just make sure. Okay. That's almost there. We'll get this bent and then we'll do one of our, we'll do the big reveal of that hammer, huh? Mm-hmm. Photo of that hammer I worked on. Mm-hmm. So, any other questions, comments, complaints,
yes.
concerns?
We have one for Cold Steel Truth. Any tips for working on thin copper sheet? I find it buckles too easily when forming bowls.
So, big tip for there, work your outside edges of your bowl first. So work hard on the outside edges of your bowl, then drive your bottom down. If you're working with thin copper, you practically have to do that. So you got to harden the outside, or go ahead and, you know, if you're sinking it, go ahead and gather that first, the outside, get it hardened up. That way it won't buckle as you drive the bottom deeper. And that should help you out there.
GLG Forge Works says, could you recommend a power hammer? I think they said they're looking for something right around 100-pound range.
Looking for a 100-pound hammer? About the only thing I could probably recommend right now, as far as a home, as an approachable hammer in that range, would be either something from Ken's Custom Iron with their KZ100 hammer, or Big Blue. Both of those are utility air hammers. There's a downside to that. You need an additional compressor. Other than that, if you're willing to be patient and wait, occasionally you can find a mechanical hammer that comes up in that weight range. Anything like a Bradley or a Little Giant or a Moloch hammer, like all those are going to be really good hammers to go with. As far as anything else, a lot of the hammers, you know, that are like the self-contained power hammers, like Yang and things, you're gonna have a nosebleed paying for those in that size range. So that would be my recommendation on that. Let's go to the anvil.
All right.
It's good and hot. All right, I'm gonna use a pair of scrolling forks here. Go ahead and bend this around a bit. And I'll sweeten that up by tightening it on back onto itself a little bit. Got a little too closed up there, so I'll go ahead and open it up just a fuzz on the horn. There, that looks good. That should fit over our bar. All right, and now we're ready for the second portion of our S-hook, which is this part. That'll hang the pot from.
This is gonna be your first time making S-hooks like that, huh?
Huh?
That's gonna be your first time making S-hooks like that, isn't it?
No.
No?
Nope, I've made them like that before.
Oh, okay.
Many, many years ago, but I have made them like that before.
Let's see, Robert.
All right. Huh? Go ahead.
Oh, Robert Whitney says at Quad State, what should I expect as in pre-registering fees or entrance, camping, anything else? I am a senior old guy, never been there before.
The best thing to expect, if you can go on their website, they have all the information posted there on their website, I believe. Everyone's going to be entering through the north gate or the north entrance at the fairgrounds, and the registration booth is going to be right there as you pull in. So they're going to be stopping people, and they'll be able to get you registered right up, right then and there as you go. I forget what it is for the camping fees.
$15 a night if you're doing no electricity, like tent camping.
Yeah, so if you're tent camping, it's $15 a night. I believe the whole event's $60.
I think so.
Is that right?
Yeah, and if you're, I think if you're 60 and up, I think it's even cheaper.
Yeah, and that's for the whole weekend. So it's 60 bucks for the entire weekend. It's a great event. There's more tools than you can shake a stick at there. Blacksmithing tools. It is literally the largest blacksmith gathering in probably the world. So really good event, and for 60 bucks you really can't beat it. $15 a night for camping. They've got shower houses and stuff like that, amenities and whatnot.
Yep.
They have food trucks there right down the road from there, about 20-minute drive. There's any kind of food you can think of. You know, all your fast food restaurants, sit-down restaurants, things like that are all in Troy and Tip City. They're fairly big towns, fairly big cities, so you should be able to get anything you want in that result there. Also, within 30 minutes, 25 to 30-minute drive out, there is a lot of hotel accommodation options out there as well. So anything real close to the fairgrounds usually books up in advance, like several months out in advance, so they're probably already booked out. So you're probably looking at somewhere up to 25, 30 minutes away right now at this point for hotels.
The camping's real nice to get to hang out and be on site, Yep. You don't have to travel back and forth.
I recommend anybody camp. And the reason why is because some of my best memories from all the quad states that I've been to, which has been, this will make quad state number 12. It would have been number 13 for me. I've been to 12 quad states, 12 years in a row, minus last year there. The biggest memories I've got are from the campfire chats, just sitting around a campfire and jawing, chewing the fat with people and listening to crazy stories and all the interesting characters you get to meet and things like that. That's been some of my, best memories of Quad State. So definitely worth camping if you can camp. What's up, babe?
Yeah. Jesse Garza says, live streaming Roy's demo. I don't think we're going to be doing any live streaming there, and Roy is not an official
I'm
demonstrator.
not demonstrating. They ain't asked, they haven't paid, so Roy ain't demonstrating.
But we will have a booth set up and tailgate sales, so definitely be there for lots of chatting.
Yeah, we will have a booth set up and tailgate sales right there with all of our blacksmithing blanks and that sort of stuff. And Jessica's going to bring some jewelry, and I might have a few blacksmith tools I take down there as well. Stuff I want to part with, but we'll have a little mix of everything. We're just there basically to hang out and visit with folks. So that's why we're going. All right. So on the note of Quad State, we should do the big reveal, shouldn't we?
Da-da-da, we should.
All right. So I'm gonna pull this out, cool off the side of the fire. We'll get back to forging that here in a second. So I was asked, what was it, 2 live streams ago? Possibly 3, when I was working on this hammer, if I had given any thought to the name of it. You know, it's fairly common with works of art. People are, you know, they put a name, they call it something, right? And I'm like, well, I mean, it's just a French Baroque style hammer, right? So I'm like, well, I don't know, call it that. And so as I was working on it and kind of finishing it up and you know, it just came to me what I should be calling this. And so I decided on calling it, a whole display is the tools of the trade. So instead of it just being just the hammer is the result of the tools, the very basic tools, hand skills that I use to create it, right? It's a byproduct of that. I've done nothing but hammer and chisel engraving with this, and hammer and chisel sculpting and bas relief engraving on this hammer. So everything on this hammer has been hand done, hand filed, hand, you name it. Punched, forged, right at the anvil, everything, right? On this hammer from top to bottom has all been hand done. And so I just kind of wanted to showcase that with a few simple tools like the little engravers and the small planishers and chasing tools I have and a small hammer, what could be done. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you my entry that I will be entering in the gallery of Quad State. Probably won't win a thing, but still, I'm happy with it. The customer's pleased with it, so that's all that matters. The tools of the trade. Go ahead, Jess.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Dun, dun, dun! Epic music! People crying.
Rob Huff suggested the name Rob Huff's Hammer.
That's a good suggestion there, Rob. You'll have to talk to Alan about that. What do they think, hon?
See, I'm waiting. There's a little bit of a delay.
A little bit of a lag.
Jordan Hartman says, whoa. John J says, beautiful. Sean Rose Blacksmith says, dang.
Thank you.
Paul Fontanini says, nice. Janet McComb says, this is gorgeous. Stephen Watkins says, beautiful. Oh, hang on. Now the comments are jumping. Lots of people are commenting.
They're commenting so fast, they're jumping around on you, huh?
Uh-huh. Carl Rytek says, what's the material?
Good question. The material is 1045.
Rob Huff says, great photo, Jess. Why, thank you, Rob.
Yep.
Jeff Kellyanne says, beautiful. Gary Brown says, very nice work, Roy. Cold Steel True says, wow, that looks like some Japanese art. Brian says, beautiful piece of art. Brittingham Forge says, nice. Gosh Maison says, purdy.
Awesome,
Ed
awesome.
Marshall says, nice.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for your kind words. So, yeah, so that's what I've done. It's pretty exciting. It's a lot of fun. I'm glad to have something this year that I can actually exhibit that I'm proud of at the gallery this year. So I think that'll be, you know, just as worthy as anything, huh? Mm-hmm. we'll have to see. So, so a lot of people, the hard thing to get across on camera, and this is why I hope everybody will watch. Are we back to the main cam?
Not yet. No, I was letting them
Okay.
absorb.
Okay. Well, you can leave it. You can leave it on that screen.
Okay.
The hard thing to get across camera is the depth of the piece. The chasing, the background around that center piece has been dropped a full 1/16 of an inch. So this panel hammer, as I like to call it, all the background around the center element was dropped a 1/16 of an inch. Then the whole piece, as I was sculpting on it, okay, sculpting this piece, coming in with my side sets and my planishers and things like that, I'm upheaving that material. I'm stacking that material up on itself by upsetting it into itself. And then I'm sculpting that down. So when I upheave that up, it sticks an additional about a 1/64 of an inch above the surface of the rest of the hammer. That design does. So it really doesn't show off the depth. The camera can't. The camera is used to producing flat two-dimensional images. Cameras have a real problem with depth perception, showing a lot of depth into a piece. So there is a lot of depth to this piece. When you pick it up, it's hard to put it down. The handle is made from teak and curly maple. That was a customer's choice of the hammer. This hammer is basically going to be a wall hanger. It's going to be sitting in a glass case and like a shadow box, and basically be memorialized, if you will. So again, it's made from teak and curly maple. I made a coffin style handle to it. That's where it is more of a pentagon-like shape. So it's got facets on it, and it's not just your regular ovular handle, hammer handle on it. In fact, that's my favorite shaped handle right there. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see it in that photo or not, but it's got a slight taper out to the end, a slight swelling out to the end of the hammer handle, and it kind of narrows down up closer to the hammer head itself. And it's super comfortable in the hand and a good weight. The whole thing came out to right around 2 pounds. We were just right in that range, about 2.25 pounds. I didn't weigh it after I got all the engraving work done, but I removed a lot of material mass there to drop that background the way I did. In total, like I said, I have 130 hours of work into this hammer, principally of which 30 hours per side is what I have into just the engraving and the chasing work. 30 hours per side. So now you know the stats.
Toby Joe says, that's a lot of work, Roy. You did a wonderful job.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, we can go back to main cam.
All right. Black Collar sent a $5 super chat, says, that's the most amazing electric etching, Roy.
Yeah, most amazing ever.
Oh, yes. And we have another member, the Turner Burn Pot Pies.
Turner Burn Pot Pies. Thank you, Turner Burn Pot Pies. Glad to have you as a member. Keep that up, we're going to lose all his money.
Bill Wool was asking about the style of the leaves. I said those were acanthus leaves. Is that correct?
Yep.
He said, is that like the huge forged leaves you made a while ago?
Yeah, very similar. So a lot in French work, French designed ironwork, you will see, so the Baroque period of ironwork has several different interpretations of the same style, right? Because things kind of traded off, right? Things didn't just get around as easily as they do now, right? Somebody doesn't like, oh, I made a Damascus steel hammer, and then somebody else across the globe watched it on the internet, and now they're making Damascus steel hammers. It didn't work like that in the old days. Sometimes it takes multiple generations for a style to get passed on to other countries and other regions around the world. So with that, in the Baroque period, you will have the French version, Italian version, the English version, right? You will have very distinct versions to fit the taste of their clientele and the taste of those societies at the time. Well, in the French version, they used a lot of really expressive, what I call plumage. So the acanthus sleeves were more stylized, if you will. They were more free with their acanthus sleeves, where they almost don't even look like real acanthus sleeves anymore. Because an acanthus leaf has a very specific style when you're talking about like a Romanesque acanthus sleeve. And that style is more predominant in places like England and Spain and things like that, is more of like a Romanesque style acanthus sleeve. Whereas the French, they were more flamboyant with it. They made it more plumage, almost like a feather. You didn't know whether you were looking at a leaf or a feather or a quill or what it was there, right? But you could tell that it was an acanthus leaf. So that's what I choose to style it around, just because I like that the most. It has the most interesting details to me. So very similar to the sign bracket that I made. Although the sign bracket that I made had a bit more of a Baroque style, more akin to like Italians, the Italian Baroque. Just because I needed a simpler acanthus leaf to make, because I needed to make 4 of them and I was running out of time.
Brittingham Forge said, if I bought that hammer, I'd be Baroque.
A lot of people would be Baroque.
The Baca Maker says Rococo is the French late Baroque decoration.
Huh?
Rococo?
Yep, Rococo, that's another, yep.
Bernard says, beautiful hammer, Roy, love the chasing work.
Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. I'm pretty pleased with it myself.
Carl asked if the hammer has a making of video.
It does not. It does not. This was a hammer. I had originally thought about doing it, making it like a making of video, but it does not. But Jessica has a product video of it where she did some really cinematic things with it to really show off all the details and the depth from different angles and things like that. And that video will be going live right after this stream is over. So please, everyone who's watching, sound of my voice, when we end the stream later this evening, as soon as we're done going live, we're going to make that video live. Please watch that video for us and get it the exposure it deserves out there on the internet. You'll be able to find the thumbnail easy enough when it goes live.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very striking thumbnail.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to the anvil, Jess.
All right.
Go ahead and bend this hook. All right, I'm going to start by go ahead and curving this part of this little S hook down. As you can see, this is ending up a bit shorter than what maybe a traditional S hook would be. The reason for that is you're going to have pans hanging off of this. You're going to have pans hanging down from this. So if you make your hooks really long, then your pans hang super far down the wall space. And that's not so nice. Okay, got that bent. Now I want to reheat that up. I want to add a little bit of a twist to the outside part and curl it back in on itself just a fuzz more.
Black Collar sent a $5 super chat, said it's not losing money if it's going somewhere good. I'm going to go get something to eat and you all have a good night.
Thank you, Black Collar. God bless you.
Don't burn your pot pies.
Don't burn them pot pies.
Corey Shire says, come on guys, Roy isn't into a 19-part video series on a single piece.
Nobody would watch it anyhow. Well, I shouldn't say that. People will watch it, right? But there's the deal. People will watch about 20% of each video, and that'll tell YouTube to bury those videos forever and never to be seen again for anybody. You know, so that's kind of like, it's not worth the time that it would take. It would take me 260 hours to make that hammer for if I had to film it. So to do the whole thing. So, all right, back to the anvil.
All right. Michael Spar says, do you prefer curling hooks around the horn or using a jig?
Jig all day long. I will curl them around the horn. I generally, if I'm doing them production or like these, like I got 4 or 5 of them to do at one time, I prefer doing them around a jig. It's just so much better, easier. If I'm just making a one-off for demonstration purposes, it's okay to just do them by hand. Now, there is a point to that though, where you kind of have to say, okay, a jig is going to make this look too regular. So we're trying to make a very organic looking hook. When this thing hangs off our pot rack, we want it to look very organic and nice and clean like. We don't want this thing to look manufactured. We want it to look like it's just a little tendril hanging off of our pot rack. I could use to close that up a bit more. But there you go, you guys can see that. Little viney tail hanging up there. It's the little details that count. Little details.
Bill Wool says, no amount of artistry can make a tool look better than when it's being used by someone who has the skills to properly use it.
Amen. There you go. That should have that tightened up enough. Okay. That's how you do a little viney tail S-hook. And just flick it across the ground. Go back to main cam.
All right. As long as it's not on a cord.
Nope, it's not on a cord. See if I can hook it around this thing and it will sit now. Yep, perfect. Sweet. Hangs nicely. By the time you put your pot on there to hang, hangs nice and neat. Just the way it oughta. They can't see that. I'll have some finished photos I'll do on the community tab once I do get this thing finished. Just showcase everything. Once it's listed on the website, huh?
Yep.
All right, I can set that one off to the side now. Boom.
We are at 6:45, and if anybody is just dropping in, we still yet have to give away the Swage block and the Tongs.
Yep, so we should go ahead and give those away, huh?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
How many people we got?
We have, let's see here, it looks like we have 119 people.
Hey, all right. Thank you all for being here. All 119 of you. Yeah, Tongs. Are we ready to give those away?
Yes, we are.
All right. So again, Blacksmith Supply, thank you so much for sending these out to us to be able to give away in our live streams. Can I see that? Camera number 2.
Number 2.
Very nice tongs. These tongs, they got these nice balls on the end. Help with grip, I guess. I don't know. Helps keep a clip on anyhow. A tong clip on is really nice for that. As you can see, they're in line. The handles are in line. Again, really nice pair of tongs, well finished. They hold stuff really nicely. And anybody who gets them is going to be proud to have them. Own them for sure. So, all right, we ready to draw for them? We go back to main cam?
All right.
All right, I'm going to ring the anvil. Again, we'll ship these anywhere in the world. So just get to commenting. Put Tongs in your comment. And we will draw one name at random. We ready? Are they commenting?
They are.
Is there Tongs being commented?
There's a lot.
All right, let's do it. Who do we have?
We have Teresa Garnhart or Gamhart with Tongs.
Teresa
Garnhart.
Garnhart? Or is it Gearhart?
Gamhart. Gamhart. I think.
Gamhart?
Yes.
Teresa Gamhart?
Uh-huh.
I don't know how we pronounce your last name. We failed horribly. Get with us through the
apologize.
contact email down in the description, and we will get these shipped out to you pronto. So thank you for being here, and thank you for playing along in our little game of insanity. All right. Set that off the side. All right. Do you have the graphic loaded up, babe? Of the other?
Yep. Just pulled it up.
Of the Swage block? All right. So here comes the main prize, the main attraction that attracts a lot of people to the channel. This year is the year of the Swage block. We partnered with Greg and Hobie over at Holland Anvil to provide these Swage blocks to you all. And so we're giving away a total of 12 of them this year in the year of the Swage block. Last year we gave away 66-pound anvils. So we called that the year of the anvil. This year we're giving away these Swage blocks, which are super awesome. As you can see, they're excellent blocks to work in. I've got one myself that was not only a demo unit, but you know, like a review unit and stuff. But yeah, I'm a sucker for Swage blocks. So anyways, I've got one myself, and I use it all the time here in the shop. So again, great Swage block. It's made out of ductile iron. You can't go wrong. Good USA made tool. With it being the nature of what it is only open to United States residents only, and wherever else.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico, I guess, is one of those places that they can ship it to economically when it comes to that. So it is open to only the United States, sadly, but it would just be astronomical for us to have to try to ship that thing worldwide and cost way more over budget. So, anywho, again, thank you, Holland Anvil, for sending us the Swage block, be able to give away, do all that. Again, we'll be ordering it from Holland and sending it straight to you all, direct from the manufacturer. So, without further ado, are we ready to draw for it?
We are. They're ready.
All
They're
right.
working their little thumbs.
So this is Swage block number
9.
9. Swage block number 9. So if you haven't won one yet, there's still 3 more chances this year to win one. And then who knows what next year it will be.
Who knows?
Year of the something. Year of the Sphinx. We'll come up with something to give away with the Sphinx. Sorry, I just had a thought. Never mind. All right, let's give away this Swage block. We good?
Yes, we're good.
Set and go. Are they commenting? Are they ready?
They're ready.
Who do we have?
We have Corey Shire with Swage block.
Corey Shire, congratulations. You are a proud owner now of a Holland Anvil Swage block. Get with us through the contact email in the description, and we will get that shipped out to you as well as pronto as they care to ship it.
That's right.
Because it's not coming from us, so it's on Holland Anvil to get shipped out to you. But yeah. For anybody who won, let me state this, and I want to be very clear about it. If you have won a giveaway item, you need to get with us in the next 48 hours. So please, please, please get with us in the next 48 hours, and Jessica will give you a confirmation that she got your email sometime probably Monday, because we start shipping out stuff Monday. That's generally when we ship out our giveaway stuff and whatever blank orders or things like that that we got in through the weekend. We usually ship that out first thing Monday. So please, please, please get with us in your information. Don't forget about it. Whatever you forget, it goes in the next week's live stream to be given away to somebody else. And I'm just not going to be, it's just going to be tough luck. So if you forget, we do our own, we do as much diligence as we can to get these out to you and to be honorable and get those gifts from us to you as quickly as possible. And mind all of our P's and Q's, so you need to do the same. Because it's not fair for people if you comment and then you forget about it and then you kind of hose somebody else out of getting something for free that would have loved to have it, if you will. So please get with us in the next 48 hours if you won something tonight.
Corey says, all I need is a forge now.
And you'll be all set. I'd start digging a hole, buddy. Start digging a hole. That way you can use that Swage block. A pit and a leaf blower. Go.
And let's see, a little earlier on, I just drawed 2 people randomly for stickers. That was Tony Hale and Chris Coons. And I'll go ahead and draw 2 more names. That's all right with you for stickers?
Oh, you did? Mm-hmm. Were you going to tell them?
I did. Well, I did in the chats. I didn't say it out loud, but.
Okay.
Yep.
Did they realize they won something?
I think so.
Did they comment back?
I tagged them.
Okay.
So.
All right. You tagged them?
Let's see.
All right. Go ahead and draw 2 more random names for some sticker packs there, Jess.
All right. I also landed on Cold Steel Truth, who says, what a great show.
Thank you, Cold Steel Truth.
And let's pick
I like the name.
one.
I like your channel name, by the way. I'm intrigued to how you came about that name and chose Cold Steel Truth.
And we also landed on Jordan Hartman, who is giving congrats to Corey.
Hey, right on. Well, congratulations.
And Thomas, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, just got done with the job down the road.
Awesome. Thank you, Thomas, for the $5 super chat, brother.
Have a safe
Greatly
drive.
appreciate it.
Good thing you don't have to travel far, huh?
Yeah.
Cold Steel True says, Corey Shire, you can work on copper or brass. Be good. Oh, yeah. TT Blacksmithing says, I started with a claw hammer and a campfire.
It doesn't take much to get started. So, time. How are we doing?
We are at 6:55.
6:55. 5 minutes away from the finish, huh? Mm-hmm. Isn't that strange? That normally doesn't happen, does it?
No.
Us finish early.
It does not happen often at all.
Gave away Swage block, gave away 3 pairs of tongs, an oak leaf blank, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we ought to get into some sales, huh? Let's shill our own product, shall we?
The last 5 minutes. What can you throw in there?
5 minutes.
Throw in there, Roy.
So, for those of you who are new and don't know, we offer blacksmithing blanks. We offer everything from skillet blanks to ladles and spatulas and flower blanks of all kinds and Christmas ornaments and you name it. We've got it. Over at our website, blacksmithingblanks.com. If you haven't been over there in a while, we've added a bunch of new stuff, so you may want to go check that out. It's the same page as our blacksmithpdfs.com. It's just a different section of it that link leads you to now to just keep it more in line, right, babe? Mm-hmm. Keep it more organized so we know where it's at, and you're not like, wait a minute, what's this? Mm-hmm. This isn't blanks, so make it a little bit easier for people to find. We will have those at Quad State where people can look at them and Google them in person. There'll be other guys down there. I know Jim Stewart, Stony Point Forge, he'll be down there selling blanks. I'm sure there'll be other people as well that'll have blanks to purchase at Quad State. Make sure to show them some love as well, love and care. But blanks can be a really great thing if you're just getting into it to help shortcut some of the laborious processes and have items for like Christmas, right? Really great, make really great Christmas gifts because you can knock them out very fast, as opposed to having to sweat away beating out some sort of fire poker and then find out that your, you know, very distant aunt doesn't really care about your fire poker and, you know, threw it out with the garbage or something, right? It's a lot nicer to just forge a blank and have it done in 20 minutes and move on to your next Christmas gift. So that's my shill plug for the for the week on that one. You go to the anvil, Jess. I'm gonna go also. I just want to finish beating some more stuff here real quick. We are a blacksmithing channel after all. We want to forge things. Nice and efficient. Just to have that pulled out in a heat. Satisfying. That's what we all like to do. That's what draws us to this mutual thing called blacksmithing that we love. Mutual craft and art. So, on that note, I would like to thank each and every last one of you for joining us this evening here in the Forge. Can't thank all the super chatters, all the channel members, everyone who supports us with your viewership, and all of our audience that watches us on the daily. Here of recent, we've had a couple emails where people are going through tough times right now and can't support anymore being a channel member, or can't support, you know, doing some super chats and things like that. And I want you to know that that's perfectly okay, right? You support when you can, and if you can't, that's okay too. And if you don't ever want to support, that's fine as well. The easiest way you can support us here, that is at no cost to you other than your time, is just watch the videos when they come out and give them a like and comment on them and help boost their attractiveness out there in the market. It really means a lot. So your subscriptions, things like that, it means a lot to us that way. And if you are in a position financially where, you know, you see all these other people super chatting and doing all this other stuff, and you're like, man, well, it must be nice, or man, I wish I could do that, and you're feeling left out, don't feel left out. You are just as valuable to us as people who are supporting what we are doing here in a monetary way. Your viewership and watching us this evening really meant a lot to us. So thank you so much. Thank you everybody who's been here this evening. Jessica, are you getting ready to make that video live?
Yes. Yes, I will.
All right.
As this is officially ended, it will be.
All right. As soon as we officially end the stream, the video that Jessica shot, the product video that Jessica shot around this hammer that I'm taking to Quad State this year, it will be officially live. So please go give it some love, go give it some support, comment what you think, all that stuff. It takes 59 seconds of your time. Is it? That's how long the video is. We would greatly appreciate it. So, without further ado, is there anything else, Jess?
Everybody's just saying, looking forward to seeing us at Quad State. Those who will be there.
Good. I am really looking forward to seeing everybody at Quad State as well. And with that being said, God bless each and every last one of you, and we will see you all in 2 weeks. Right?
That's right.
All right. Take care now. Bye.
Bye.